Hare Krishna. So, in our last class, we were discussing that Krishna consciousness means yes to Krishna. It doesn't mean no to Maya. Now, what does that mean? We discussed this that when we are doing something for Krishna, automatically we will not be doing anything for Maya. Is it not? So, one should plan eventually that whatever he will do, he will do it by connecting to Lord. You will see in this material world, whoever is suffering means they are troubling so much, they are distressing so much. The reason is they are not serving Krishna. This is the only reason of frustration. They are doing something or other, they are running after artificial happiness, which will not please them, which will not make them happy. Artificial happiness means which is for for just moments. Today only I was making this thing understand to a person. Yesterday was some festival, so people often, for the sake of enjoyment, they dance on filmy songs, many cheap things. Now, why cheap things? These are cheap things because there is no any connection of Lord with these things. That's why these are cheap. So I was making her understand that everyone is seeking for happiness. Material people are thinking that they will get happy by doing all of these stuffs, dancing on these material songs and stuff like that. But once when one will, follow this bhakti yoga, the happiness that he will experience, he or she will experience, that person will experience, they will realize that this material happiness is so cheap, literally so cheap, in comparison to the happiness of serving Lord. And this is reality. Any temporary things can't make us happy. Why? Because we are not temporary. This body is temporary, but we are not this body. We are soul. So, soul is eternal. It's not temporary. So, any temporary thing can't make anyone happy. If he or she is assuming, then it's his false assumption. One more thing I want to tell you, it is again reality, that you will see who is not striving, or he who is not wanting to serve Krishna. Krishna himself keep him away from him. Suppose if someone is saying that Krishna is an ordinary person, or Krishna is formless, or Krishna is a light. So himself, Krishna will himself say, okay, you want to predict like that? You want to assume, you want to predict that I am an ordinary person, I am formless? Okay, I will never appear in front of you. You just remain like this only. You just remain like this only now. This is reality. Now you might be thinking that Krishna is showing envy, but no. Krishna is loving here also. Krishna is fulfilling that person's desire. Krishna is that person, he just want to accept false things. So Krishna is very chill. Krishna will never force us to serve him, because love can't be forced. So Krishna will be like, no problem, you remain happy like this. If you think you are happy like this, okay, You remain happy like this. That's why you will see we fallen conditioned souls, we also assumed same thing, that by living independently from Krishna, we will be happy. Krishna didn't stop us. Krishna didn't stop us because love can't be forced, and this is reality. So anyone who is trying, but yeah, even if someone is assuming that he will be happy staying away from Krishna, this is not possible. So anyone who is trying to stay independent from Lord, his material covering is covering him more and more. You know, Maya Devi never loves us. She always slaps us. And you can see how people are suffering. These are the slaps of Maya Devi. So, yeah. Let's see what we were discussing. Everyone is trying to become independent, and this is called Maya. Illusion. Individually, communally, socially, nationally, or universally, it is not possible to become independent. When we come to realize that we are dependent, we will have attained knowledge. So this is illusion. This is an illusion if someone is assuming that he can be independent. Like you will see, like someone is assuming himself a great man. He's driving very fast. He's driving in very fast speed. He's not following, he's breaking the rules. So what will happen? Policemen will charge fine. Is it not? Why? Because he is breaking rule. He is thinking that I will live independent life. I will not follow any rules. I'm independent. I am, people often say, my life, my rules. But things does not happen like that. Things doesn't work like that. So this is just a materialistic example, materialistic thing. Now, if someone is pretending to stay independent from Krishna, so what will be his misfortune? And everything is, in front of our eyes. We are not discussing any new thing here. We are discussing practical thing. And you devotees yourself can realize this thing, that as you are following things constantly without any breaks. See, this is also very important. Yesterday only, I asked a question with my master. So he was my Shiksha Guru, Prabhuji. He told this thing that anyone who is accepting something, for example, he's accepting some knowledge, then that knowledge has to be practiced. Then only he'll be able to transform his life. This is for sure. So from this, Prabhuji gave an example of Reiki. You might have heard about Reiki. So people often, I'm not much aware about this thing. Prabhuji was just explaining this with an example. So people often take attunement of Reiki, but they don't practice it. Then if you only think if they are not practicing it, then there will be no changes in their lives. Whatever they do it for the sake of getting any material things and stuff, or maybe for something health issues or something. I'm not much aware about this thing. So yeah. Now, even if they have taken attunement, but if they are not practicing it regularly, then there will be no changes in their life. So any knowledge need to be practiced constantly with consistency every single day. Same is here. Otherwise, you will not be able to get desired results. So this is not, good thing that if someone is telling you to do something and if you are not following it regularly, then you can't expect, desired results. This is very much important to understand. So now if someone is pretending to stay independent from Krishna, so what will be his misfortune? He is trying to become independent, but he will not be independent. And if he is thinking like this, so this is an illusion. He can't be independent from these material systems. See, yeah. See, next line. Today, so many people are striving for peace in the world, but they do not know how to implement that peace formula. Yeah. You will see there are so many, what to say? What we call that? In Hindi, we call it sansthain. So there are many institutions, let's say, there are many institutions or there are many centers. People tell that you do that therapy, you do this therapy, you do that meditation, you do these, if you follow these affirmations, and you will get peace. But one should understand this thing, that peace, one cannot be peaceful uh, with external things. It has to be done from inside. You will, you will get some peace for some little moment, but it will not come from inside. You just see now, in fact, I can relate with this. Devotees can also relate with this who are constantly following this path. There was so much burden on our shoulders. Now all got free. We have got freed from everything. Why? Because we are able to get this thing that Krishna is the doer. So what is the benefit of putting our mind in mid? Is it not? Whatever we do, even if we get, if we do not get the desired results of our deeds, then also we are able to relate with this, that yeah, Krishna is the doer, I'm not the doer. Krishna will handle everything. Krishna will, because Lord always have perfect plans for us. We can't understand this with our material intelligence, but this is true. God always have perfect plans for us. But when we are able to relate with this, when we surrendered it to Lord, then only we are able to relate with this. This does not work artificially. The United Nations has been striving for peace for so many years, but still war is going on. So you'll see people are always, they always fight for material things. Why? You just see now, just read this line again. The United Nations has been striving for peace for so many years, but still war is going on. You just think about this. One whole country is assuming another whole country as their enemies. Both the countries are assuming themselves their enemies. Many people are not aware about other country people. Even people are not aware about uh, their own country people. Are you aware about every people in your country? Suppose you are from UP and I'm from Rajasthan. So I might not be knowing people who are living in UP, or people who are, you might not be knowing people who are living in Rajasthan. Is it not? Country is, very vast. We are not even aware about our own cities. Is it not? But see, what an illusion it is that one whole country is assuming another whole country as their enemies. Do you know the reason? Because they are assuming themselves as this body, and they are assuming themselves as ultimate proprietor, that we are controller. We can compete that country. We will enjoy. So, see, point is very clear here. Any disputes are happening, that means their sense gratification is hampering. This is the only reason of dispute. Any dispute, that there is you know their sense gratification is hampering. There's some trouble come. If any trouble comes in sense gratification, so disputes will happen. But you see na, in bhakti there is no sense gratification, is not there. We are doing anything to serve Lord, to please Lord. So you see how much peace we feel. This is the only reason of being peaceful when we are practicing our spiritual activities, because there is no sense gratification. Sense gratification means we are not doing something putting Lord aside. Bhakti means we are doing it in the service of Lord, for pleasing Lord. That's why you see, even if we are offering simple food to Lord, we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are hearing classes, we feel so much peaceful. So this is just amazing thing. So now we have this shloka. Let's see. यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तद् अहमर्जुना न तदस्ति विना यत् स्यान् मया भूतं चराचरम् यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तद् अहमर्जुना न तद् अस्ति विना यत् स्यान् मया भूतं चराचरम्. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generator seed of all existence. There is no being moving or unmoving that can exist without me. Bhagavad Gita 10.39. Now, this is again a very interesting shloka. See, moving means who move. Animals, beings, who moves. Whatever animal you see, who moves. Anything you see, buffalo, cows, dogs, cat, insects, they move. So those are the moving beings. And there are also unmoving beings. What is the example of unmoving beings? We discussed this in our very first class. Trees, yes, very nice. Plants, trees, plants, and you will see mountains. Yes, those are also living beings. But they have very low consciousness. That's the difference. So yeah, moving and unmoving beings. So there is no moving beings, there is no being moving or unmoving that can exist without me. So in short, what Krishna is telling, reason of anything we see around us is Krishna. Krishna is telling this thing by himself. Krishna is thus the proprietor of everything. We are not the proprietor. Krishna is thus the proprietor of everything, the ultimate beneficiary and the receiver of the results of everything. Now see, will this not be foolishness to assume ourselves ultimate proprietor of anything? We can see here, Prabhupada ji is telling, Krishna is thus the proprietor of everything. If we beings, can't exist without Krishna, then what to say about other things? Is it not? So this is practical thing. If someone is proprietor of something, then he is the only ultimate beneficiary and the results and the receiver of the results. So this will be a big foolishness of a being to, distressing for like for what reason, for any reason whatsoever. He will be a fool if he is distressing himself that, oh, I didn't got the desired results, I thought like that, but things are, they are not going on my way. We are not the ultimate proprietor. Then how can we assume any results? So you will see people do lots of hard work, but that doesn't mean that they are doing it by themselves. Krishna is only giving him energy to do anything he is doing. He is doing any great job. He is achieving any great accomplishments. Great accomplishment is nothing in this material world. But if he is assuming that, yeah, it is the great accomplishment of my life, then that also he is getting by Krishna's grace. He can assume that, yeah, I am doing it. I am the doer. I am doing lots of hard work. I will enjoy it. But this is actually an illusion of him. We may consider ourselves to be the proprietors of the fruits of our labor. But this is a misconception. So if we are assuming ourselves, proprietor of the fruits of our deeds, then it is actually a misconception. This is illusion, what we discussed. We must come to understand that Krishna is the ultimate proprietor of the fruits of all our works. See, we are just an instrument of Lord, and Krishna is just playing music from that. This is what we should understand. Now, see, just think about this. If any person will assume himself as an instrument of Lord, will he be doing any bad deeds? But people are not thinking like this. And that's why they do lots of rubbish things, very horrible things. They eat unnecessary things, whatever, non-veg and all. And they just do very bad behavior with others. They behave very bad with others. So just every day we should think this thing, that we are just an instrument of Lord. What does that mean? What does that mean to be a instrument of Lord? that our deeds and our intentions will be so pure. At least person should accept this thing, that yeah, I have so many bad habits. And if he will accept this, then he will work on, you know, correcting them. Is it not? So this is very much important. See, I can remember my past times. Whatever I used to do, I used to expect a lot, that I want this, I want that. I want things to be as it is, as of my planning. So when things happen, this happens, whatever someone do, they think that whatever he is planning, things should go like that. But is it really happening? Every time we plan and every time we fail. Fail means we whatever we are thinking, things don't go like that, because our planning never works. Why? Because Krishna is the doer. And please, my dear devotees, please fix this thing in your mind, that Krishna is so loving, especially for his devotees. Krishna never ever do any injustice with his devotees. Krishna pampers his devotees like a baby. This is so true. So people often say that do your deeds and don't expect fruits. Krishna says, do your deeds. You just do your karma. You do your karma. But this is very important thing one should understand. Doing karma, but that should be with the link of Lord. And not expecting fruits means surrendering results to Krishna. So this is very much important. And this is only intelligence of a human being. That he is not distressing, he is just surrendering his fruits to Krishna. And this is really, it's really a liberation. It is really a liberation, that you are not expecting anything, you're just surrendering your fruits to Krishna. This is just amazing. All right. We will continue our discussion in next session. I'll stop here now. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.